Welcome to the Toxic Avenger 2025, where radioactive mob justice is back, and yes, it is somehow grosser, louder, and more emotional than before. This movie is both incredibly stupid and incredibly self-aware, like he knows it is disgusting, but it leans into it so hard that you kinda respect it. But don't get it twisted, this ain't no Marvel flick. This is a full-on unrated, blood-splattered comedy about a dying janitor who turns into a sludge-covered superhero. And yes, it is exactly as unhinged as that sounds. So the main dude, Winston Goose, is this frail, sickly janitor working for some shady-ass company. He's dying from some terminal illness and basically just trying to take care of his stepson. Life sucks. His boss sucks. His life is trash. And then BAM! He gets hit with a toxic accident, like literally soaked in a radioactive goop, and instead of dying, he mutates into this walking beef jerky of vengeance, known as the Toxic Avenger. Now, this is where it gets wild. Dude wakes up, he's got oozing skin, he's super strong, and he's got a mop. Yes, a mop. That's his Excalibur now, and instead of crying about it, he goes full vigilante mode on corporate criminals, drug dealers, mutant punks, and Kevin Bacon. Yes, you heard me. Kevin Bacon is the villain. He plays Bob Garbinger, a greasy CEO who looks like he lives in an energy drink commercial. He's dumping waste, poisoning people, and giving Big Pharma a worse name than it already has. He's the perfect cartoon villain. Slimy, evil, and definitely overdue for a mop to the face. Oh, and Elijah Wood shows up too, as Bacon's even creepier brother. Like if Frodo took a bad turn and started hanging out in radioactive dumpsters. He's got bulging eyes, a bald head, and vibes so off-putting you need a shower after watching him. Taylor Pace plays a reporter named JJ Doherty, who teams up with Winston, and she's the only sane person in this entire movie. She's smart, brave, and constantly looking around like, why am I in this radioactive circus? Jacob Tremblay plays Winston's kid, and is doing all the emotional heavy lifting, while everybody else is flinging guts and goo around. But here's the thing. The movie isn't just about gore and guts. It weirdly has a lot of heart. Like, there are actual emotional scenes where Winston tries to be a good dad to his kid, while slowly losing himself to his new toxic monster form. It's basically like the Beauty and the Beast, if the Beast was melting, and credit where it's due. Peter Dinklage plays Winston. Yes, Tyrion Lannister himself. He actually sells the pain, the race, and the accidental comedy of being turned into a human slime ball. His voice carries the suit version of Toxie, and it somehow works. The movie does this weird balancing act. On one hand, it has exploding pimples, dismembered limbs, poop jokes, and nuclear chickens. On the other hand, it wants to be a story about standing up for your community, taking down corrupt systems, and fighting for the people you love. It should not work, but somehow it does. Kind of. Now let's talk about the trailer. When the Red Band trailer dropped, the internet lost its collective mind. Gore fans were cheering. Reddit was full of people saying, "Yup, that's the trauma spirit." One guy even said, "It looked like the best superhero movie of the year," which is either high praise or low standards, depending on your taste. But not everyone was sold. Some folks complained the effects looked too polished, too clean, not grimy enough like the old 1984 version. And yes, they got a point. The original looked like it was shot with a potato and covered in ketchup. This new one is cleaner, more colourful, more Hollywood. But it tries to keep that low-budget vibe with practical effects, puppet chickens, and wonky explosions. The violence is straight up cartoonish. Arms get ripped off like Lego pieces, heads explode like watermelons, and there's even a scene where a guy gets melted into soup. Not kidding. And through all this chaos, Winston's just trying to keep his family together. Now about the fans. They are split down the middle, but mostly leaning positive. Hardcore Trauma fans seem happy. They say it captures the spirit of the original without being a lazy remake. It's not trying to be art, it is trying to be weird, on purpose. But some fans, especially new ones, are like, what in the hell am I watching? Which is fair, to be honest. If you go in expecting Avengers-style superheroes, you're gonna have a bad time. This movie is rated, unrated for a reason. It is nasty, it is loud, it is gross, and it doesn't care. The box office predictions? Mixed. This ain't gonna make Marvel money, but it's also not trying to. It cost around $20 to $30 million to make. If it makes that back and becomes a cult hit on streaming, that's a dub. It's one of those movies that might flop in theaters but blow up online, especially once people start sharing clips of Toxic drop-kicking a guy into a toxic toilet. Honestly, the best part of this movie is that it knows what it is. It is not pretending to be deep or smart. It just wants to entertain you with blood, slime, and a little heart. And if you're into that kind of thing, you'll have a blast. If you're not, well, you might throw up in your popcorn. Also, shout out to the set design and the makeup team. These people went all in. You can practically smell the movie through the screen. The costumes look like they were dragged through a dumpster fire, lit on fire, and then puked on by a mutant clown, which is like a compliment in Trauma world. And the soundtrack? Oh man, it's like if a punk band, a horror score, and a circus organ had a baby. It's chaotic, weirdly catchy, and absolutely perfect for the madness happening on the screen. Every fight scene feels like a mosh pit exploded in a hot topic. And the pacing? Surprisingly tight like your underwear. It doesn't drag. It does not waste your time. It just keeps throwing weird stuff at you every 5 minutes. Just when you think it can't get weirder, someone pulls out a flamethrower made of garbage and then starts burning mutant raccoons. Again, not kidding. And one more thing, this movie's got Easter eggs everywhere. If you're a fan of the original Toxic Avenger or other Trauma flicks, you're gonna catch a bunch of little callbacks. There is cameos, posters, props from old movies, even a weird mutant chicken that looks suspiciously like a throwback to Poltergeist. It's basically a love letter to trash cinema, and that makes it kind of sweet in the grossest way possible. So overall, the Toxic Avenger 2025 is a weird, messy, gloriously stupid movie, but it has charm, it has chaos, and it has Peter Dinklage beating up evil CEOs with a mop. And what more do you want? Is it a perfect movie? Hell no. Is it a good movie? Maybe. Is it fun? Oh, absolutely. Toxic fun fama dubelas. Thanks for watching. And remember, if life dumps a toxic slot on you, grab a mop and then start swinging. Peace out.